Hey everybody, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. Just the highlights though, the list is way too big for us to get into in such a short video. If you'd like to see everything though, you can head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just look for the upcoming releases link and you can click on that and see a full list in PDF form of everything that is scheduled to come out in this upcoming week. We've got some groups of catalog chunks of artist stuff coming out this week, so stick around for that. But first, though, let's get into the new releases scheduled for Friday, the 21st of June, 2024. Not a lot, but some cool stuff nonetheless. First up, we've got The Secret of Us, brand new album from Gracie Abrams. The description says that Gracie Abrams returns with her sophomore album, The Secret of Us, released via Interscope Records. The description goes on to say that this is Gracie's most expansive body of work, both sonically and narratively, and it's coming on the heels of her hugely successful debut album, Good Riddance. It goes on to say that Gracie's growth as a songwriter and vocalist is showcased in her most extroverted album yet. So this one coming on colored vinyl, yellow vinyl to be specific, single LP. Gracie Abrams, The Secret of Us, coming in at a suggested list price of $33. Here's kind of a very cool compilation, a couple of variations of it, by the way. It's called Petty Country, a country music celebration of Tom Petty, and this is a various artists LP. The description says that this double LP, as we mentioned, is a country music tribute album to Tom Petty, lovingly curated by some of his closest friends. Some of the names that you're going to hear paying tribute to Petty on this include the likes of Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, Dolly Parton is on here, Dierks Bentley, the Brothers Osborne, Winona Judd, and Lainey Wilson. Willie Nelson is on here, by the way, as well. Also, we've got Margot Price, Midland, and George Strait. So again, this is a double LP called Petty Country, a country music celebration of Tom Petty by some great country artists. The black vinyl version of this coming in at a suggested list price of around $40. And then there is an indie exclusive on green colored vinyl, also double LP, and also coming in at that suggested list price of $40. Switching gears so dramatically, we're going to throw a transmission. This is brand new stuff from the Dwarves. It's called Keep It Real, R-E-E-L. If you see the cover, you know what I mean on that. The description says that this specially priced LP features 7 brand new tracks, as well as 2 remixes, and 1 song from the Dwarves' 2023 Sprawling Concept album. Goes on to say that it's more high-spirited, nasty rock and roll from the last punk band. The Dwarves Keep It Real coming on black vinyl, a suggested list price of only $18 on this. And then there is an indie exclusive on silver-colored vinyl. This one a little more expensive, coming in at a suggested list price of $25. And finally, on the new release front, we've got something from Joe Bonamassa live at the Hollywood Bowl with an orchestra. In August of 2023, Bonamassa made his historic first-ever appearance at the iconic Hollywood Bowl in his hometown of Los Angeles. There, he was accompanied by a stellar ensemble of 40 orchestra members for a one-night-only event. So this album is a showcase of some incredible orchestral arrangements from David Campbell, Trevor Rabin, and Jeff Bova. So fan-favorite songs are now given new life on a much bigger scale. So Joe Bonamassa live at the Hollywood Bowl with an orchestra, a double LP on this one, coming in at a suggested list price of $35. A lot of stuff on the reissue front and some groupings of multiple albums from an artist, as we mentioned, all scheduled for the 21st, and the key being all scheduled. We'll just kind of hold on to our hats as far as that release date goes. We'll get to the groupings in just a second, but here's a very cool one coming from Music on Vinyl. It is Family Style, the Vaughan Brothers, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and of course, Jimmy Vaughan. This is a limited edition of 2,000 individually numbered copies on a translucent blue-colored vinyl. Music on Vinyl, so again, this thing is going to sound great. Family Style, limited edition, numbered 180-gram translucent blue vinyl from the Vaughan Brothers. Suggested list price on this one coming in at $39. A couple of different interesting versions of this 50th anniversary remastered edition of From the Mars Hotel by the Grateful Dead. This is Rhino's 7th installment of 50th anniversary studio releases for the Dead. From the Mars Hotel was the 7th album and 2nd released on the Dead's own label, Grateful Dead Records. So this 50th anniversary remastering has been accomplished by Grammy Award-winning engineer David Glasser, and includes a tape restoration and speed correction produced by David Lemieux. Now, the two versions of this that we mentioned, first up is a single LP remastered of this on black vinyl from the Mars Hotel, coming in at a suggested list price of $25. And then there is a Zoetrope animated picture disc version. It's one of those things where you spin it at the proper speed and the animation theoretically comes to life if you can see it. So the Zoetrope version from the Mars Hotel, a little more expensive. Suggested list price on that one is $28, but still a very cool pressing. Here we've got a reissue of Doomed Forever, Forever Doomed from Zach Sabbath. I gotta say that right. This one coming on double LP cream colored vinyl. Now this was released, I think, a year or so ago on a couple of different colored vinyl. This one is that reissue because the first has been so difficult to get a hold of. But this is a celebration of 50 years of Black Sabbath music by Zakk Wylde and Zach Sabbath. Again, we'll get that right. You've got some great covers of the likes of War Pigs, Paranoid, Planet Caravan, Iron Man. Well, essentially, most of the stuff from the metal masterpieces, Paranoid and Master of Reality from 70 and 71. So yeah, Sweet Leaf, Embryo, Children of the Grave, Into the Void, Rat Salad, Fairies Wear Boots, all of that cool stuff done by Zakk Wylde and Zach Sabbath. Doomed Forever, Forever Doomed, double LP on that cream colored vinyl. $33 is the suggested list price for that. Now a reissue just strictly for the cover, I suppose. This is the metal band Thor live in Detroit from 1985, the ultimate collector's reissue of this vintage live album from classic metal superhero Thor. Recorded live in the Motor City in May of 1985 at the crest of the band's meteoric rise in the metal scene, this incredible concert album includes all of Thor's best-loved tunes. So you can get the reissue of that along with that very cool cover. Coming from Cleopatra Records and Deadline Music, Thor, live in Detroit, 1985, coming in at a suggested list price of only $22. Here's a reissue of the Queens of the Stone Age and their debut album, Queens of the Stone Age. Looks like we've got the band cover on this one. Originally released in 1998, this reissue, I believe, is just on black vinyl. Double LP, though, coming in at a suggested list price of $40. Now on to the first catalog batch of reissues. We've got a 50th anniversary of the band AC/DC and a whole bunch of releases from them. They've been doing this with a few other releases, and now we've got some older ones as well as newer ones in the catalog from AC/DC. Let's run through these, and we'll talk about being the 50th anniversary. They're all going to be on gold-colored vinyl, and all coming from Sony Legacy. First up, we've got the reissue of Let There Be Rock. This one on that gold-colored vinyl, $39, the suggested list price. I should mention, too, that these things come in a little bit pricier because of, I don't know if it's really gold in the vinyl or not, but that would explain a little bit of it, I suppose. Next up, If You Want Blood, You've Got It. AC/DC's first live album released in 78. Also on that gold-colored vinyl, this one coming in at a suggested list of $39. And then we've got Jailbreak 74 Jailbreak 50th anniversary as well. This one was first released in 1984. 74 Jailbreak includes tracks that had only been available on native Australian albums prior to that. So that is a cool one to have as well. This one, a little cheaper, suggested list on 74 Jailbreak 50th anniversary of $36. Then we move a little later in the catalog for AC/DC. We've got the Ball Breaker 50th anniversary. Remember, not of the album, of the band. This one on gold-colored vinyl, originally released in 1995. $39 the suggested list price on that. Stiff Upper Lip is next, $39 a suggested list. That one was originally released in 2000. And finally, Rock or Bust on gold vinyl again as well. $40 the suggested list price on that. And Rock or Bust, by the way, was originally released in 2014. So as is the case with all of these group catalog releases, I'm a little skeptical that they'll all make it at once, but you never know. We can hold out hope. So a whole slew of AC/DC stuff to look for coming up on the 21st. A trio of reissues coming also from Sade and Sony Legacy. We've got Diamond Life, this one coming in at $35. And then Promise from Sade. This one was originally released in 1985. This one for $35, suggested list price. And then Stronger Than Pride. This one coming in also $35. This one was, by the way, released in 1988. All three of these Sade reissues, by the way, are on black vinyl. And then one more giant catalog chunk to tell you about, and this is a bunch of stuff from Avril Lavigne. 5 different reissues coming from Sony Legacy. Let's all say that together. Let's run through these real quick. Let Go, the first one celebrating 20 years as one of the most influential pop punk albums of the early 2000s. This was originally released in 2002. By the way, all of these Avril Lavigne stuff are coming on black vinyl. Suggested list for Let Go is $36. Then we've got Under My Skin. This one was originally released in 2004. Suggested list of $28 on that one, followed up by The Best Damn Thing. This is a double LP reissue. This one was originally released, by the way, in 2007. $35 is suggested list price on that. Next up, we have Goodbye Lullaby, also a double LP. That came to us originally in 2011. Suggested list on this reissue is $36 as well. And then finally, we have Avril Lavigne, a self-titled one, double LP. This one was originally released in 2013. $36 is the suggested retail price on that. Again, I'm skeptical that all of these reissues will make it in time, but you never know. We can't always hope for the best. Now, all of these Avril Lavigne reissues scheduled for the 21st are on black vinyl, but just in case you like imports and you really want to get some of this Avril Lavigne stuff, every single one of these 5 albums being reissued on the 21st is being reissued again on the 28th scheduled release date as UK imports. And every single one of these is coming on a different colored vinyl. But the bad news is the price on those, because they're imports, is going to be jacked up quite a bit. Most of them coming in at around that $48 to $50 price range. So if you're really, really into Avril Lavigne and you want these colored vinyl reissues, wait a week, and then you'll see these come out the week after. But for now, the scheduled releases on the 21st are all black vinyl and a little bit more affordable. One more Avril Lavigne release to tell you about, and this is a compilation, Greatest Hits. This is her first ever career-spanning collection featuring 20 essential pop punk hits, featuring the songs, of course, Skater Boy, Complicated, I'm a Mess, and many, many others. Double LP on black vinyl. Avril Lavigne, Greatest Hits, this one coming in at a suggested list price of $36. And then finally for the 21st of June, we've got one more of these Now Playing coming from Atlantic. These are very low price point, but new compilations of older artists' works coming in, again, very, very attractive price points of $20. This one is Roberta Flack, Now Playing. And the description says that this spans the soulful and emotive tracks like Compared to What and heartfelt renditions such as The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, collaborations with the likes of Donny Hathaway, and songs like Where Is the Love, and many others. Single LP, Roberta Flack Now Playing. This one, I believe, just on black vinyl. There may be a colored vinyl variation out there. We'll have to check if you're interested. But again, the price on that coming in just at around $20. And that is a quick check of some of the new releases headed our way for the 21st of June, 2024. If you're local to our Midland, Michigan area and you see something you'd like us to pre-order, just contact us here at the store and we'll get that taken care of for you. Not local, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. I guess you can head there if you're local too. It is the World Wide Web after all, but if you're interested in seeing the full list of some of the other things that are scheduled for the 21st, head over to that website address and you can check out that full list by looking for the upcoming vinyl link. In the meantime, though, please make sure that you are subscribed to the Radio Wasteland Records YouTube channel. As always, we appreciate you and all you're doing here. Comment, like, share, do all that stuff that you guys got to do. But hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on any of the content that we like to put out here from the store. So until next week, this has been Jim from Radio Wasteland Records. You folks have a great one, and we'll talk to you next time.